Hello there, everyone. Colin and Philip are back. More Disco Elysium. Last time on Disco Elysium, we're a drunk, shitty cop that's trying to solve a shitty mystery.
We're Hobo Cop in the making.
With some especially shitty witnesses.
We're starting to percolate that hobo-ness.
Yeah, the hobo-ness is coming in. Let's load this. Red checks can be tried only once. Failed white checks can be retried by increasing the relevant skill.
Cool.
Got it. Excuse me. Which means if we're burning to try like any more of those mirror skills, we can always
try and
up one of those skills.
Jeez, I forgot the horrifying portrait.
Oh jeez, yeah. I believe we were still looking through our like case files.
Yeah,
like,
our damaged.
We hadn't gone through all of it. We got the browser case files. We've inspected the clip.
I think we haven't really
inspected
finished
the white pages. Okay, arson, petty theft, spousal abuse, handwritten logs of investigations date back to January 51, stamped case files, commit to paper. These are your last couple months on Rivercole, Precinct 41, Jamrock Quarter.
Aren't they committed to paper right now?
Alright, I think I did everything I wanted to do. I could talk to Kim about how my weird naming convention, but he already has shown that he doesn't like it.
Yep.
So, okay, we can read some case files. Logic. It takes about a half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Which one do you want? I wonder if that's the case. I wonder if it'll flip us forward a half an hour when we do this. Anyway, the options are the Next World Mural, the Unsolvable Case, the Square Bullet Hole Murders, the Couch in an Unexpected Location, and Murder at the Hookah Parlor.
I mean, I'm quite curious about the unsolvable case, but...
Alright, we'll look at the Unsolvable Case. A.K.A. Leslie and Burke, A.K.A. the Public Indecency Drunk in the Property Damage Drunk, is a cursed case. I find it odd. This uses asterisks where you would normally use quotation marks. Like,
I'd say that
strange.
For that one, that's supposed to be like bold in text, because that's how that comes across.
Okay.
Okay.
It has been passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years. On January 29, the unsolvable case made its way to you. Why you accepted it is unclear. Every officer, and indeed most civilians in Jamrock, know it's unsolvable. Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It's their nature. You cannot change the nature of a man! You don't get it, but it's a Planescape Torment reference.
Okay.
Like, the whole fucking thing about Planescape Torment is people constantly asking you what can change the nature of a man. The final thing you do in that game is give an answer to it.
Yeah.
Of which there are about, like, 16 different options.
Murder is always acceptable.
The lower half is just the upper half with the word lie in parentheses. So, for this to be doing this kind of nod to Planescape Torment is very fitting, I would say. And you can't lock them away because public indecency and small-scale property damage are not punishable by incarceration. The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypasses, and for Burke to stop dismantling signage?
Signage.
No, that's not signage.
That's what it's meant to be, though.
And rearview mirrors. The thing with this is, you never know whether they've just misspelled a correct word or whether they're using an antiquated word. You don't know.
No, that's signage.
And rearview mirrors would be for them to stop drinking alcohol, which in their 40s or 50s, it's hard to tell because of the distorted features, is a medical improbability on par with you ceasing to produce the expression. Couldn't we just keep them off the streets or proceed? Sure. Couldn't we just keep them off the streets? You would think that! But you're wrong. Where's the fun in exposing your genitals or breaking stuff in your own home? No, Leslie and Burke are on the corner of Main Street and Petition because that's where the action is. Logic, medium success. Can you keep yourself off the streets? Proceed. Threatening fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station, hypnotherapy, even trying to get a local gang of Zimlakis to take them out. The Zimlakis gave them ethanol, so Burke and Leslie would expose and rampage even harder. You tried it all, and still the complaints wouldn't stop, as they hadn't stopped for 10 years. It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH, had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you have to drive down Main Street, because there they are, on the corner of Petition, and what is Leslie doing? Property damage, public indecency. Oh, I think it was property damage for Leslie.
Yep.
No, that's Burke. Leslie's shtick is flashing his genitals, remember? How could you ever solve
his genitals?
the unsolvable case if you can't even get that straight? Well, it turns out it's pretty simple. The case comes considerably less comic one day when Burke takes a swing at your ledger. He must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him, you're also drunk, drunk out of your mind on potent Pilsner. You slam the hardened plastic board in his face, then proceed to beat him unconscious with it.
Well, that would definitely do something, and yes,
I thought they said it was less comic. In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it, but are unable to do so. The officer began to cry, reports Leslie, who is at this point tending to Burke. He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The permeable compartment is open. You've smashed it open on poor Burko's kneecaps. The good news is, Burke can't walk anymore.
Well done.
That is good news. Can't get out of his apartment. And invalid. And Burke,
Invalid.
with Burke to... Yeah?
Yeah, that's how you pronounce that.
That's how you can pronounce that.
Alright.
With Burke to attend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent exposure. Maybe he flashes his genitals to Burke, who knows, but both are dumb drunks are off the street. The complaints stop, the unsolvable case is solved. Which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. The end. Do you want to read another one? Damn, that did take over half an hour, actually.
I kind of want to read more just because of the fucking epicness of
I mean, it would be worth it, right? Surely. I mean, as far as I'm aware, there's no time limit in this game. Yeah. I think.
I don't think there is either, but...
Next World Mural, the Square Bullet Hole Murders, the Couch in an Unexpected Location, or Murder at the Hookah Parlor.
Couch in an unexpected location!
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it. In the middle of the street, on the roof.
Oh, those
on the
assholes.
On the hillside by the motorway. You know, at an unexpected location. They were young and they looked cool on it. They actually look like assholes. They look really cool, like models. They look really cool, like a rock band. I'm going to say they look like assholes.
That's usually what I'd think.
Insufferable dicks. See, that's the thing. This reads as though it was written by Andrew Hussey. Only Andrew Hussey without, spell check.
I know, when does he spell check his stuff?
Almost always.
Really?
Yeah, no, he hasn't had any real spelling errors in that entire goddamn comic, and it's several tens of thousands of words long.
Fuck it.
Young people are the worst. So anyway, you got to complain about the damn sofa, or couch, whatever it was. They were leaving it out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations they took it to, where they also took photos of themselves on it and smoked cigarettes and drank coffee because they felt it's intellectual. Cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch, you had to clean it all up, and you did, so congratulations to you, case solved. Did I ever cash those guys? No, you didn't have time for that. These notes show that you have what is called a real goddamn job. You don't have time to be chasing down the couch assholes. You have a real job to do. What next? New World Mural, the Square Bullet Hole Murders, or the Murder at the Hookah Parlor?
Kind of curious about that square bullet hole.
It would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped injury wound in the victim's forehead. She's been sitting there for weeks on a rocking chair with a square hole in her head, staring at the wall, and mouth agape. But that's all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together, all you know is the injury wound was square-shaped. You never found the bullet. And then another body showed up, also with a square hole in his forehead. A sequence killer? Who knows? These pages are missing. What next? Inland Empire. Don't worry. One day.
Also, that's likely that person used a, Do you know about the device they often use to kill pigs?
Is it the same as they use to kill cows?
Sometimes,
yes,
sometimes
no. Country for Old Men, where they, just slam...
The little, it's basically a sort of retractable bolt.
Yeah.
Those were sometimes square.
That's probably it.
Yeah.
Conceptualization, medium success. One day you may still catch the man with the square gun. Thanks, conceptualization. So all we have next is the Next World mural and Murder at the Hookah Parlor.
Up to you.
I'll go in order, sequential order. Next World mural. This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears at an 8-story tenement building overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couronne. I assume that's how it's meant to be said. Medium success in rhetoric, cause of failure, rent too high. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and woman, are kissing. The text cuts into their forms read, "True love is possible, only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class." Why the middle class? What did they ever do? People call it that thing, and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the belles lettres have the literage of industrial... Sorry, I'm assuming literage here.
Yep.
Of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumoured to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the Next World mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown. Wait, do we ever find out who came up with? The case files do not show you finding the author of the design. Read on. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner JV is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organised by you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rumbling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between the two options: remove the mural, it is wrong. Keep the mural, it is right.
Keep the mural, it is right.
A staggering 78% of the voters chose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people. It is too late for us. All that remains is to wreak havoc on the middle class. The middle class are not to be blamed, it's human nature. I like it, but can't we wreak havoc on other nations instead? I must have voted, and possibly even lobbied, to remove the thing because I don't believe in that rubbish one bit. Man, I don't
Human
like
nature.
really any of these. I guess human nature. Did anyone ask what you believe in, the man with the smelly toilet ledger? What do you want to tackle next? Or are we done? Okay. Murder at the hookah parlor. Let's go. Murder, tam tam tam, at the hookah parlor.
Tam, tam, tam.
Yes. Was a case originally assigned to an officer called Joseph Mills, who is now dead. Huh.
Circumstances.
Was that like your partner's initials? I can't remember.
No, JV is who we've been seeing.
So unless he was Joseph Mills the Fifth, probably not. Of circumstances completely unconnected to murder at the hookah parlor. Wait, how? Beaten to death by a throng of Villalobos gang members. Okay, it's a gang then. When him and his partner JM, only initials mentioned. Okay. Wait.
Yeah, he's JM, so...
Apparently there's a different JM.
Yep.
Answered call one night. It's a sad story and it isn't really represented in your case files. Stop stalling and get to murder at the hookah parlor!
So yeah, I see
Right,
what you mean. They seem to be interspersing when they intend to have things in quotation marks. Also when they do intend to have things as... Hold on, you've run over my cord and it's pulling.
Okay, well where do you want me to go?
Hold on,
Okay, then I'll hold.
That. There we go. You can move now.
Alright.
It just caught the thin part.
Joseph Mills was on this case that he just couldn't solve. Was doing it solo. Said it was a real nutcracker, a real brain twister. Was on it for like a month. The captain got impatient. Shoulda get off the pot, Mills. Mills didn't get off the pot. Not yet. He kept at it for a couple of weeks more, racking his brains, running with every theory, as outlandish as they seemed. Still couldn't solve the murder at the hookah parlor. The tough case, he said. Toughest we've ever had. Wait, was Joseph Mills a good cop?
No.
No, it was awful. Awful sense of humour, too. The worst jokes you've ever heard. Really rapey. Still, he'd been on it for months now. Said it was the final case. Said it was uncrackable. That the murderer vanished into thin air. That goddamn hookah parlor was all he talked about. See, the use of, bold, caps locks at random intervals really reminds me of Andrew Hussey. Okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere. And you look into it. Here's the setup. A young man is found dead in a hookah parlor. You know, those places where you go and smoke bubblegum flavored vapor all day. Can you get high off it? Really cool, really stupid.
Really stupid.
Yeah,
That's generally
I agree.
how I feel with that.
Yeah, so anyway, a young man in his 20s found with his skull busted open, right in the floor of the hookah parlor, in the middle of the day. No one else is in there. Only client that day. In perfect health, too. Some kind of movie producer. No one enters. No one exits. He's still sucking on his watermelon hookah all morning, all noon, like he usually does. He's a regular. No calls, nothing. Just sucking on the hookah until 15:45. Then, bam! He's dead on the floor with his skull busted open, blood everywhere. What happened? How can it be? Mills has no idea. Invisible assassin. Movie deal gone sour. Girl at the counter did it. Nothing fits. Eerie. Man just dropped dead. So you go to the parlor. You see the cushions around the table. Table's low, heavy, really sharp edge. He sucked hookah, stood up, passed out, hit his head on the table and died. See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, that was that. Turns out the hookah does do something. Turns off your brain's oxygen supply, and you don't notice it until you get up to go to the bathroom. He must have sucked a lot of it, and what was he doing there? For 6 hours?
Yeah.
Smoking hookah, didn't you hear? I don't know. Trying to come up with a movie script, maybe. Anyway, that was the murder at the hookah parlor. Joseph Mills wasn't a good detective, and about 30 minutes has passed piecing it together. Next, I can revisit this because we're done with that. We can browse the yellow papers. In the back, you see thin, translucent copier paper, some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms waiting to be filled out. Logic, easy success. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form. What types of forms are there? 3. The topmost are misconduct fines, the middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms.
Ooh, we need one of those.
Each is easy enough to make sense of. Conceptualization, medium success. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. Misconduct fine. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out across over the rest of the fields. Rhetoric, medium success, but they appear pleasantly vague.
Ooh,
Nice
so
to
you
know.
might be able to find somebody to
I
give
might.
you.
Station call. These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing. Field autopsy. A dozen pages of pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs. Enough of these. Yes, and all that remains now is to fill out those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. Endurance, easy success. What delicious power hid within this pathetic mass. You feel better. Cool.
Yay.
Did I just heal myself?
I think you did.
I did.
It looked like it. Your health definitely flashed there.
The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper.
Look at the clipboard.
Look at the clipboard. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone into submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board I'm assuming that's an A4 size board.
Yeah.
But in...
American.
I was going to say in another world, because we're in an alternate universe, obviously. Feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back, you see the embossed letters RCM. What did you say the color was? Shake the ledger, or back to the rest of this mess?
I mean, it's dark blue. That's pretty easy. But what about shake? Shake, shake, shake.
Something rattles inside ever so slightly. Is there a hidden compartment? Logic, medium success. Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if something happened to it. Peek inside. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center. How would I open it? With your hands? U4 size pages hang from the clip, screw to the top of the board. So a medium interfacing to open the hidden compartment. Let's do it! We did it! The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned. Like the drawer that's come off the sides, if you bend the plastic on your knee slowly, the slides snap back into place. Should be possible to just, slide the drawer open. Wait, somehow I don't want to. Well, fuck no, put the ledger away. I'm opening this shit. Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. What's inside? 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. Let's pick up the ticket stubs. 2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the coloured pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to a zoo in Rivercolt East.
Aww.
The aquarium costs extra. He's let you go there too.
Well, they've got octopi on them.
What the fuck? You gotta pick up the ticket stubs, pick up the card, fucking kill yourself, you asshole! I'm gonna leave that one. Pick up the card. Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, and patches of glue. Smell it first, open it, or put it back. You want to smell it?
I mean, I kind of suspect that's going to be awful, but I also kind of want to know.
Okay, it smells of chewing gum, apricot flavoured. Perception, smell, easy success. A touch of cinnamon. End of summer. You think the label says Tutti Frutti. Open it. Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped round letters in a woman's hand. Visual calculus, easy success. A young woman in her 20s. There is a care, effort, and a smile, you think? Although that is not something that you have read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Volition, easy success. Throw it away, please. But it will make me happy.
Ooh.
Or keep reading.
I mean, obviously it's going to be terrible. Keep reading it.
Your hand shakes, holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest down Voyager Road. Yeah, I'd be pretty sad if I was on Voyager too. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me up entirely. I step on the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon when I get off the 49 and walk back to you. Keep reading? You, every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul. I told you. And I will always come back to it. Maybe not so true. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. Item lost. Damaged ledger. What?
You passed out.
No. Hold on. Okay, I'm holding on. To what? There's nothing. Detective, is everything alright? Says Kim. Falls sideways. Alright. Maybe I shouldn't have done that.
A letter made you pass out.
It made me pass out. Well, folks, I didn't know.
Wait, was that a fucking game over?
Is this a title screen here? Okay. Was that a game over screen?
No, I think that was just the prologue.
There is nothing. Again.
Nothing?
Nothing, said brother. No treachery, just blackout.
I guess just lie there passed out.
Almost nothing. There is the ground below you. That's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering somewhere in the basal ganglia.
Who's that?
Me. Blue eyes. That's me.
And who was that?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness he's grasping for it, still trying to hold on to the great sorrow slipping in the water. Slimy.
Yeah, that's the
Here
stuff.
in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow, because it's always there.
Fort gained White Morning. No idea what that is. Was that the X something, the Where is Voyager Road, or enough? I'm going to say, was that the X something?
Oh yeah, because we had an ex-wife or something.
Yes, that.
Prodded it will start moving again.
Where's Voyager
There is
Road?
no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause.
Enough, just lie there motionless.
Your reptile brain is fucking an asshole.
Why does he keep telling me to fucking stay unconscious?
Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
What is that? It's
Yes,
cold.
they're pouring something on you, something in you, and it's...
Perception taste. It's delicious. Capri Kanema. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness. Where am I? In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kisaragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's back seat. The air is thick with liverworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin. I was unconscious for like 20 minutes.
Wow.
Kim, drink. Water. The lieutenant is extending a small canister to your mouth.
You should
Ooh,
drink.
drink. Healed health plus 0, because I was already at full health. The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself as it pours down your parched throat. Pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts. Speaking of which, I should have got myself a drink bottle.
Yeah.
Oh well. Drink, he tilts the canister. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
No wonder it tastes so fucking good.
Yeah. With greedy gulps, you down half a litre of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
Slither, I can fucking take it.
What happened? We got the option of I should ask you the same. I came in contact with burnt out ruins of the past, Lieutenant. I was dehydrated. It won't happen again. Or start climbing out of the motor car.
I was dehydrated. Won't happen again.
Okay, we got the ledger of failure and hatred. Right. He hands you the waterlogged remains of your ledger. You drop this. Are you okay to proceed? Let's solve this case. Good. The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactive and a tool equipped in your hands for skill bonuses. Find it under the tools section in your inventory. Well, we know it does make a decent unarmed, melee weapon.
Oh, you've got a dot.
Oh. Whoa! Full complete Hobocop!
Hobocop complete!
Oh, Jesus, look at this. Horrifying. Technically, you wouldn't be a cop anymore, but a hobo. That would mean game over for the cop character of your adventures. But who knows where the hobo part takes you? To the bar, the old Le Samour, to the pier of the sewers, to Le Royaume, where for 300 years they interred the dead. You could plunder royalist crypts for long-forgotten triple malt bourbon, then fight the Armacan beast that lurks in the bottommost poulters. The secrets of the city are yours, all yours at last. Reveals extra special collector's edition Tare bottles on the map. More money from collecting Tare. And learning cap for shivers raised to 6. Okay.
No idea what any of that
means. I don't know what any of that means. But I think this has been telling me for some time that we are now Hobocop. White morning. Okay, temporary research bonus, -1 authority. Little guy gets further and further away. Research time 5 hours. Okay, you see yourself from above. You have passed out onto the blue tiles of the hostel room floor. Even from this distance, you can see your eyelids flutter at the mention of white. A great white object, letting out its sweet smell like a lily of the valley. The little man's forgotten its name, but he still remembers the feeling. And look, he moves! The feeling animates him. He instinctively reaches out for the feeling's best friend, a bottle of Commodore Red. He puts on his disco clothes and gets smaller and smaller. So do we feel like internalizing this one?
It looks like there's an option to click over to solution.
There is not. I'll see if it's on Hobocop. See? The solution is what we unlocked by internalizing it. But we won't know what that is until, we internalize this stupid thing. So, do we want to pursue this, basically?
I mean...
It seems to be a bit more introspection, I guess?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's pretty, It's pretty obtuse.
Yeah, I don't think we want to internalize this
Okay,
yet.
so we're going to leave this one.
For now.
So we apparently have something new here. Oh, it's the Ledger of Failure and Hatred. This is a ledger you found in the trash, only worse somehow. Makes you think about the letter, about the woman's handwriting, about not wanting to get out of bed in the morning. Note! Mouse over the item to see effects. So, it has +1 Inland Empire, +2 Empathy, -2 Authority. And we can apparently hold it, I assume?
Yep.
For this?
Yep.
My authority is very low. But that's fine.
Yep.
Okay, so let's look at the old notebook. So, right, we're at the Camino. We can do the Camino thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably a good idea. Who put clothes in the trash? We can ask Kuno and shit and Garte. Find out who's in the Union box.
Fuck.
Track down my gun and badge. We don't really have any leads on that.
Yep.
Pay for damages. Yeah, we don't have any leads on that. Who made the call reporting the crime? Keep searching for the caller despite lacking any obvious leads. Find the victim. Inspect the victim's body. We need to get ammonia from the gardener. Find booze and drink it. We still haven't managed that, and sing karaoke. So, I say we go to the thing, and we'll do this front one right now.
Yeah, because it's very easy.
Right
We're
there.
right there.
Although apparently I have to like
Walk around
walk
to the
in
drones.
front. Okay. So
Could just ask about turning on the headlights, though we also want the...
yeah.
Yeah.
How do I turn on the headlights? Turns the preheater on, waits, takes out his keys and says, alright, ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater. Empathy, medium success. He's downplaying his excitement. Lieutenant's more than happy to show off his precious carriage.
Aww.
Fresh engine start. The dashboard lights up with an orange glow. Rounds per minute gauges jump, and the engine of the Capri Camina comes to life with a whiny growl. Press the button labeled headlights. The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle. There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now. Okay. I'm gonna go in front of the machine then.
I think that's... yeah, that side. Oh, orange.
Interfacing. As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears, a street grid in the veins of a great river. Familiar sensation washes over you. Kim, there she is, Revocol West. There's a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice. Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no hundreds of micro-perforations. Let's look at the perforations, shall we? There are many of them. They're divided into 3 separate rows. Tally up the different rows. The first row has 18 dots. What about the next one? The next is the longest. It runs all the way to around the border and then some. Count them individually. There are so many it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200. What about the last row? The last row has 3 perforations. 3, that's it? That's it. Hey Kim, what do these holes mean? Those are perforations, says Kim. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They're your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look. Rhetoric, medium success. Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant... Okay. Your first row represents your years of service. 18 years? Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? Wait, 18 years I've done this? Got drunk like a megastar? I walked to the land telling whores and lies of the end to come. There are 9,855 days remaining. Man, they're really hammering the doomsday vibe here. I was a hobo and I lived under a boat. Live in the boat now, Tommy. Probably a some boring office job. Same as everyone else. I feel like I just went around apologizing all the time. Do you really think I have any idea?
Hobo in a boat.
You want to be hobo on a boat?
Hobo in a boat.
Okay.
Then it won't come as a surprise. You can play it off now like you're joking, and then it's like, why are you hobos?
Just joking, unless. You know, the RCM is a volunteers organization. We would have no qualms with vagrants joining our ranks when we're qualified. But let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. That means finished. You've got, let's say, wow, more than 200. Is that a lot? It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually clearing up more than 10 cases a year puts you on the 90th percentile of all RCM officers. So you're saying I used to be a super cop? I used to be good. That's some solace, I guess. What's the last number? I don't think I can ever re-become this person. What's the last number? I'm gonna go for super cop.
Yeah.
Call it what you want. You were a valuable member of your precinct. Now let's look at the last row. Right, these are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations here. So I'm a killer. I was expecting a higher number, honestly. That's not too many. Not too many for an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter. It's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. Of course, you're a lame man who appreciates lame things. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. It's obvious the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these officers.
Whereas you've only killed 3, but you've
Only
solved
3.
And you've solved
So,
over
200 cases.
in what is apparently a very rough district. I'd say that's extremely...
Must have been pretty good at some stage.
Yeah.
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for. Have you ever killed anyone, Kim? How do you handle the strain? Or
Just
back
end
out?
it.
I'm going to ask him if he's killed anyone. Yes, he says, declining to elaborate. Empathy, medium success. It's not a problem for him to state it, however. How do you handle the strain? Everyone has their own method of coping, some more effective or self-destructive than others. It gives you a meaningful look. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies. Like what? Maybe I should find a hobby? Hobbies are lame. I'm going to ask him.
You're being nice.
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now. Maybe I should find a hobby? Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves. He points to your yellow gardening gloves. Esprit de corps, medium success. It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab. Thanks for this. The lieutenant nods. I'm going to look at the grid. Rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, yet the major arteries of Revicol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
This is actually a really good, idea of a way to reveal information.
It is.
Yeah?
Where are we on this? Point to the halogen map. Let me see. He takes the ledger for a moment and inspects it. Right here, he says, his finger near the top of the map, on a segment of coast jutting out into the Great Ocean. Seems nice. Seems like a shithole. I'm sure I've seen worse.
Seems nice.
I mean, I would have gone for seems like a shithole, but okay.
You're allowed to.
No, it does not, the lieutenant says with optimism. Okay, let's go. Right, I'll go turn off the lights. He presses a remote control on the key. You can now see your statistics on your journal page, right of the task description.
It's probably that thing that's bobbing orange.
Officer profile. Superstar Cop 0, Apocalypse Cop 0, Sorry Cop 3, Boring Cop 1, Communist 2, Fascist 0, Ultra-Liberal 1, Moralist 1, Good Cop, Bad Cop 4, Honor 0, People Killed 3, Cases Solved 216, Years in Service 18 years. Let's see, has this revealed any of the map? No, apparently not.
Interesting.
So, I think we should go in, because now the kitchen will be available.
Yeah?
It's past 3 o'clock already, but the gardener's right there.
I'd say quickly talk to the gardener.
Talk to the gardener, get that fucking ammonia.
I can't believe it's snowing again.
The young woman watches the falling snow and sighs.
Springtime, just a few days ago.
That's global climate change for you. Do you still have your salts? I think we could use some. Sure, I'm done with them. She takes a small capsule out of her breast pocket and hands it to you. Go easy on that stuff. It gives me a terrible headache. Cool, I have to run now. Alright, so we got this ammonia.
On the items tab, yeah.
Ampule of ammonia and blue oblong pen. Oh, I forgot we had the pen.
Where did we get the pen?
We got it from Kim.
Ah.
A blue pen, like a large caliber bullet that shoots out ink, once belonging to Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Once belonging. We will never give this back.
No.
Comes with a side order of resentment. Thin glass tube wrapped in cotton netting, used to treat fainting spells, produced by St. Baptiste Pharmaceuticals. Note, this is a quest item. You don't have to equip to use it. Just having it in your inventory is enough. That's nice to know.
That's good. Also, yeah, I remember him being really resentful about the pen now.
Sweet. So we can, he was. We can investigate that, but I'm going to go and investigate the kitchens. Since that's on a time limit, we can investigate that corpse anytime, as far as I'm aware. See a container you can't open? Equip a pry bar.
We're pretty sure there's one in his toolbox in the car.
Yeah, that's what Kitsuragi said.